Welcome back to the channel, Neo. This is going to be my Matrix Resurrection reaction and spoiler-free review. I'll start off by saying, was this film necessary? You can argue both ways. I felt that there were definitely some missed opportunities in this film. Didn't hate it, but there was a lot of things that I felt could have been done better. The element of human sacrifice definitely felt a little skewed and not as prominent as it was in the previous three films, even though it's directed by the same director, Lana Wachowski. I definitely thought that the premise, plot, storyline was really good. It was just sort of poorly executed. Could have done better, I feel like. Even the pace seemed to be all over the place at times. It does wrangle you back in the, towards the middle and at the end, and I'm sure that the writers had a tough time trying to live up to these expectations, but you really have to look at the final product before you send it out and do the test screening to the point with fans, extreme fans, to see if it's going to flow correctly with the anthology of it all. It definitely come at you with a whole bunch of nostalgia. It did seem a bit forced at some moments, but definitely welcome in others. The action sequences were really good. The CGI was 50-50. I thought it was good in some parts. They could have done a little bit more with it in others. And being the Matrix, you have an expectation, and those movies came out so long ago that you would expect them to rise to the occasion. There were definitely some moments where I was watching and I was like, I kind of wish that they would have filmed it in an older style. And it wasn't just the CGI, it was the filmography as a whole. I felt that it was missing elements that made the original Matrix so good. It had kind of that fuzz or that hue to it. In this film, they did, the close-ups were a little bit, I don't know, out of frame or too much. It was somewhat too realistic and too slow in comparison, again, to the fight scenes and the sequences that happened in the original three films. And yeah, I really feel like they should have gone with the vintage route to film this sequel, because it definitely took away from the whole feel of it. I really enjoyed watching some of the original cast return. I do believe they missed the mark on recasting some characters as well as new castings. It just took away from kind of the seriousness of it all and how you felt when you watched the original three, just how each character had so much to do within the whole framework of the Matrix. And this isn't a total negative review. Am I glad that they made this? I can say yes. I hope that it opens the door to future projects, possibly different director. I know it's weird saying that because the original director returned to do this film. I think it's time to pass the reins a little bit. Maybe dive into stories that were brought up in the Animatrix that came out, I believe, in 2003. Just new characters. There's a whole universe out there, or a whole Matrix out there, that you can feed off of and create new stories, new characters, and there's great actors that I think will do a phenomenal job in this franchise, and I'm looking forward to it. That being said, you know what time it is. It's time to like, subscribe, and share. Hey!